McCoy, and I welcome you to make $100,000 within the next 365 days. Also, get that sexy back, get that body back in shape. Also, get that dream job you've always wanted. Now, this particular podcast is going to show you exactly how I'm doing it, how I've done it before, and how I'll do it again. I'm starting straight from scratch, 365 days. Let's get it. Hello once again, and this particular podcast is going to be podcast number 6 that I'm going to go ahead and record with my mobile phone. Right now I'm in North Carolina, still in North Carolina, doing a nice little road trip, hitting some beaches up, visiting family, hitting the swimming pool and things of that nature, and doing a lot of shopping. And of course, a lot of thinking. This is another stage of my own life, which of course I don't mind sharing with you, because I want all of you to know that these are things that you can do also. This one is entitled, I Can't Stand My Job, or I Hate My Job. The key is, when that particular feeling is going through your mind, what are you willing to do about it? Now, I'm not saying just totally quit your job right now today without a plan. Do not put that on me. But this is the thing. If you know your job is killing you, it is destroying your body, it's destroying your back, like this particular job I was doing was, and you know it has nothing to do with your life's calling, you should be immediately working on an effective escape plan. How are you going to get out of this situation? And the smoothest way of doing that is start working on your true business, helping people with whatever it is that you have mastered in life or want to master in life, and teach people at the same time while you're learning at the same time. You know, at the same time while you're learning, you can be teaching other people, is what I'm saying. Now, let me back up for a second. As you know, this particular series is going to show you how to make at least $100,000 in a year. And I'm going to show you by letting you watch me do it. A little bit of background. I'm a painter by trade. Painters can make a lot of money. I'm also educated in the higher level echelon of the school system, but with no degrees. I haven't graduated from any of the 10 colleges and universities that I've gone to. I just go in and take what I want to take that I think will benefit me at that time. And of course, you don't get a degree that way, because you have to take exactly what they want you to take. So I'm a super senior, as they call it. And during my travels, I've taken a lot of jobs. I think I've done my best to show that I don't mind working. I've done a lot of strenuous work, even though I have the mind to be able to sit in the office and make money. When I go to a different city, when I was married, my wife might get a sit-down job. She might get a teaching job, a counseling job. And since I didn't finish my degrees, if I don't get a painting job, I might have to do like some labor ready or a deco and work in a factory. I've done that. I've done that enough. This last particular job, moving up to this year, 2015, and this is August now. I've worked at this job at 3M for about 8 months. I gave it a little try, because they pay you like $10. Then it went up to $10.50 per hour. And it was what you're a contingent worker to see if you're going to be hired to make the $15 an hour. And then a little bit after that, 16, $18 an hour. You know, it's not bad. You know, but right now, whenever you make, just a little side note, if you're making $10 an hour right now, you're making $20,000 a year. If you're making $15 an hour, you're making $30,000 a year. And you know, my spouse, you know, makes about $25 an hour. That's $50,000 a year. It's not bad. But I'm not gonna stay at $10 an hour. I did it just because I was changing some things around in my life, going back to my home business, and I had to totally rebuild it, which I don't mind doing. If you've ever had millions of dollars around you, And even if it was falling through your hands like it was with mine and some former business partners, you know you can do it again. At least I know I can do it again, and I'm not afraid to put myself back in that position. And you know, you learn from your mistakes. You don't just think back, oh, I could have been this, I could have been that. Do it again. Now, this is to show all of you right now that have probably right after high school went straight to college, started working, and have been working for more than 20 years, or those who gone right out of high school and just started into work. You've accumulated a certain amount of income. You probably are in that house right now. You probably have a lot of stuff all around you. And you know, I'm surprised to see that, well, I'm not surprised really, but so many people still can't stand where they are in life, can't stand the people that they're around, spouses included, you know, and so-called in-laws, but they have no gumption, no true grit, no integrity to be able to at least start on that road to be free. Now, I'm not telling you to go and divorce your spouse right now, but if they're not going the same direction you're going, and it seems like they are going, and I'm not saying that they have to either, but if they are the type that try to hinder you from going that route, I'm not saying that you're putting yourself in a position to do things that are detrimental to a marriage and to a family. I'm not saying that either. But if they are just, they don't really want you to do more in life, they don't want you to do your true life's calling, they just want you to go and stay with that same job, even if it's killing you or not, then you have a very serious decision to make. I happen to be in a very fortunate position to where me and my ex always can come back together and do some things. So I did. I left school, moved back with my ex, the mother of my children, and we always put our minds together to help facilitate giving our children the best life that they can have. And a lot of times that means for me, whenever I move from my station in life, I might have to take some temporary like factory type of job. You know what I'm saying? If I can't get right into a painters union or something like that to get paid 25 to 35 an hour, I might have to take some $10 an hour type of job working in the factory, busting my butt, which I don't mind doing. But it always has to be temporary, and I always have to have my exit strategy well in place. So I've been at this spot for about 8 months. Let me give you a little background on this one. You know, 3M is pretty, known company coming out of Minnesota. Right now we're in the central part of Illinois, about 80 miles outside of Chicago. And, at this particular small town, I've done work at a meat processing plant, which was interesting because I am an herbalist at the same time, and I do promote healthy living. Even though I don't get everyone to become 100% vegetarian, raw foodist, I have a lot of information on how to cure yourself from a lot of the stagnant diseases a lot of people find themselves in. And eating healthy and eating natural are the benefit. The benefit from doing that is curing yourself from a lot of these diseases. But it was interesting working in a meat processing place because, it gives me more information, good and bad, about that particular industry and about how people, even in that industry, you watch the owners of that business, every single person in that family have maladies with their health, from cancers to scrotum all twisted up, the insides all twisted up, surgeries over here, surgeries over there, just straight malignant all around. You know what I'm saying? But that's how they make their money. But they need to adhere to the guy that Oprah brought on. I believe his name is Howard Lyman, the Mad Cowboy. He was in that industry too, made a whole lot more money. But once he saw it was killing him, he had to make a very serious decision. So going back to my situation, which is just a learning experience. So a lot of people think they're in situations. You are in class with life. What are you going to do is the number one question. I'm tired of hearing people talking about how negative their childhood was, how their spouse is not doing this and doing that, how their mom and dad treated them like this and that. So what? After you finish putting out there what it is, the problem, what's the problem was, I want to hear the solution. I'm ready for you to say, what can I do to remedy this? I don't want to hear, well, my whole family sick is in our genes and you can't tell me anything about genetics. All right, okay, let me go back again. Let me go back. I don't want to go on to that rant at this moment. So I'm working this job, right? I'm like, okay, I'm doing the right thing. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know how much money I could be making, teaching and making courses, making millions of dollars. But, I'm a humble brother. I always show my spouse, if I'm with a girlfriend or whoever, I'm always going to show as a man, I'm going to do my part. That's just me. I would work my butt off because I'm not going to sit back and just try to find the right job for months when I could be making some money right then. But my eye is always open. This is business, people. I understand when people hire you, they want to make sure they're getting someone that's going to be there for the long term. But bet your bottom dollar, when they have a chance to get rid of you and put a family member in, or to put a machine in that can do what you're doing, don't believe the hype. They can give a damn if you're going to be there forever. If they can have a machine doing what you're doing, or a child who can get paid less, or two part-timers to equal, whatever you do, they're going to do that. No matter how much they smile in your face. So I don't get all teary-eyed and sensitive when it comes to a lot of these jobs. I'm going to do my part. I'm going to work my butt off. You're paying me just enough anyway, and I'm going to give you more for what you're paying for. So what's the problem when I leave? What's the problem? I'm the type who always had a problem with a job telling you got to give them a 2 weeks notice, but when they fire your ass, they give you a 1 second notice. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I give them too. I 1 second notice. Nah, as long as the rapport is there, we have a good relationship, I'll go ahead and let them know. But let me tell you about this particular job. It's temporary to hire. And I've been there for about 8 or 9 months. And I've been doing a lot of, like, when you're working through this temp part of the job, you're working in the trailer, the UPS trailer a lot, which is probably the most strenuous job that you can do at this particular job. It's a distribution place. So a lot of the 3M products are going all over the planet. And, it's not bad when you're just processing the orders. Like some people might work in receiving and they're, putting a lot of the items into the factory, to the storage facility. And a lot of people are putting pallets together that are going to be shipped locally and across the world, abroad. But if you are an Adecco worker like I was, up until last week, you might have to wrap a lot of the pallets. You put a piece of plastic on top of a pallet that somebody else put together, and then you're wrapping it with some shrink wrap around it. That's not too bad, but it hurts my back. If you're 6'4" like myself and you're wrapping a pallet that's a foot off the ground, it's a lot of bending when you're doing a couple hundred pallets, per night in an 8-hour shift. But the UPS truck, you're one person stacking a lot of boxes in a trailer, and you do about 1.5 to 2 trailers a night with hundreds of boxes, ranging from 1 pound to a little over 100 pound boxes. And since I'm tall, I can get it up pretty high and stack it to the ceiling too. I have to always overdo. I'm just play Tetris with myself, putting the box together in a certain way to where you can I can fill up 2 trailers with 1 trailer. I'm sure they like that. I do my thing. I'm getting paid $10 an hour, but anything I do, I put my 100% into it. No, I don't need to be there. Yes, I could be doing something better. I could be making more money. But if I do a job and take a job, it's because I needed a job at that time. And I'm not going to be in there disgruntled. I'm going to do my best. But here's the thing. Don't play me. I still have integrity. And I still understand that I don't have to be there. You know what I'm saying? Every job I've been on, I know I'm the most wisest person there. I always find people that need help with with even money. There's a couple of people I helped to convince, hey man, quit this job and get back on your schooling. There are people there were seniors that were about to not to graduate because they're trying to make that little money, that $15 an hour, and they were about to mess up their whole schooling. Like, man, you didn't come here. Just don't never forget this is a temporary job to do while you're getting through school. Don't forget that. And the brother, he was like, Lorenzo, you're right. He quit the job, went ahead and graduated, and now he's on to something better. You know what I'm saying? It's a computer technician, or I believe he might be in security in the computer and IT profession. Which, he made good money with that. Or he could have played himself and flunked out of school trying to get a $15 an hour job and miss out on the 60 grand per year and up just starting. That's good to see. I see a lot of people who have health maladies. Oh, Lorenzo, my back. Oh, Lorenzo, my menstruation. Lorenzo, they're going to take out my tonsils. And you meet a lot of people. And, I begin to just give out a lot of information from my research. And I always put in there, don't believe what I say. I want you to research it. But if you're not going to research it, understand that I know more about this subject than you. Just do it. That's how I had to start talking to people, especially, people who are manifested as the so-called Black American. I got to be a little bit strict, stricter with our people. We can be a little hard-headed, and all people, but I have more of an experience with the Black community. But of course, my message is for everyone. Anybody who wants to buy any of my courses, I guarantee you, you're going to get the benefit. But yeah, you're going to be listening to, I'm going to talk about health, I'm going to talk about science, and we'll talk about so-called politics. I don't even like that there's another term for politics, because politics is really just psychology and life, and it's socialism. Not socialism in the political stance, but it's about social interactions between humans. But check it. So I've been at this job busting my butt. Lately though, they've been putting me in the truck more and more. The most strenuous job that they have there. And it's been messing my back up, messing my wrists up. You know what I'm saying? I'm cutting myself up, cutting through the gloves, slicing my hand up. I'm like, okay. And I'm looking at the weekly schedule. I'm on there damn near every day now. Oh, okay. The big Negro who can stack the boxes very well, and then, they like to talk to you like you a little sucker, they patronize a little bit. Good job. Dude, I'm stacking boxes, man. Now, the first couple of times, I'm cool with it. That's cool. But after a while, okay, I can tell you've been told to do that. That lets me know that you were probably talking down to a lot of the workers in the past, and there was probably a big meeting. They say, you're not going to do the contingent workers like that, basically cagando, defecating on these guys because they're not 100%, employees yet. So, I accepted that. Okay, that's their job. They're just doing what they're told to do. And I'm like, oh, you don't have to say that, but thank you. I'm just stacking boxes. It's really nothing. I'm not really doing that much. But thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for letting me know how to stack the boxes pretty well. That's cool. But there's a couple of times you may notice people sort of, looking at you like you ain't nothing. Now, me, I don't really play that. My thing is, I'm not impressed by you. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing your health maladies. Now, I'm out of shape, of course. I started back drinking a lot of soda. I got very sick in that truck because I started taking Vicodin. You know what I'm saying? My teeth, drinking so much soda, I'm watching my teeth just disappear, disintegrating. Got a big cavity. I really don't want them just pulling out my teeth. So I'm like, I know how to heal this. But I ended up overdosing, on painkillers. I got real dizzy in the truck, got real sick. So I'm like, okay, what the hell am I doing here? I'm here too long. I'm tripping. This is not the life of an herbalist. This is not the life of an entrepreneur. This is not the life of a truly knowledgeable, wise griot. This is the life of a biatch. Okay, sorry about that. But no, I'm for real though. At a certain point, you have to be like, wait a minute. I know I'm worth more than this. What the hell am I doing here? Now, I did my part for my transition to this particular place just to show that, hey, I'm going to play my part up in the household. But hey, it's time for me to get these courses back off the ground. There's too many people that I keep giving out free information to, and people really don't appreciate it until they really pay for it. It's a very minutia of people, maybe 2% of all people, that you can give them something free and they're like, you know what, I'm very grateful for that. And they got to pay you. They say, you know what, I did what you told me. That malady cleared up. I don't have that disease anymore. I don't have that condition anymore. My child doesn't have a problem with eczema anymore. That pain I used to have, my menstruation is normal again. You know what? I owe you some money. And I say, you know what? No. Most people, though, just keep taking advice. What should I do? What should I do? And they don't even use the advice. You can sit up there and give them a whole free dissertation, and they will not do anything different. Oh, I can't stand this job. How many jobs have I been on? I can't stand my soul. Feel like my whole soul. What I really want to do is this, and that. I say, just do it. And I'm not saying just quit your job and jump right into it. I can show you how to start learning and teaching yourself how to be proficient in it enough to monetize a system by which you don't have to work this job anymore, where you can at least make the same amount you're making now, and people are too chicken-hearted to do it. Now, I'm getting a little bit anxious because right now, I told you, I'm in North Carolina right now. I'm not in DeKalb, Illinois right now. I'm exactly about 12 hours away from there, and I was supposed to be at work last night. I had to make that call. I said, you know what? I talked to the manager. I said, okay, my back is messed up now. I noticed you keep putting me in the truck, and I understand, that's what you guys have to do, but at the same time, I got to do what I got to do. I did what I was supposed to let them know, hey, you know what? This particular job you guys have me on, I'm 6'4", my back started. Well, if you can't do that, you come with a doctor's statement. Oh, thank you. I did my part by letting you know, and you let me know how you felt about it. Thank you. That means we both have something we have to do. Okay. But I kept going to work, kept putting in those long hours. Now I've got injuries. I don't like that. See, I'm the type, I'm going to heal myself. I'm not that I just need this job. I'm going to keep just taking painkillers and keep going. Oh, no. Messing my kidneys up, messing my liver up, messing my back up for the rest of my life for $10 an hour? Are you crazy? So I went to the little job fair and everything, and I was like, okay, just wanted to know. Before I make a different move, all you guys thinking about hiring me right now, I can deal with the $15 an hour, because in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about equipment, getting this online stuff off, like I used to have it, and doing a lot of traveling. Every 3 months, I want to hit the road to go someplace nice. And no, I don't like really, I'm not into asking permission to go on vacation and stuff like that. But I'm very flexible. But hey, it looks like they weren't going to be as flexible, and I'm not there. I had to let them know. Oh, well, I'm not going to be there. Where are you? I'm in North Carolina. When are you coming back? Probably next week. Now, if they were able to deal with it, I would have come in a little bit more, and we could have worked something out. I still was going to, get my back straight. So I'm not going to be doing your little truck thing, but, you can put me somewhere else. People who get hired not doing the truck anyway. So you guys, let me know if you want me there. We can come to an agreement. That's how I am with these jobs. You're not a slave at these jobs. I'm giving them something. It's pro quo, right? Something for something. If I'm giving you something and you're giving me something in return, that's a mutual agreement we come to. Even though I feel like I'm giving you more, and that's cool for right now, I would take that because I'm building something here on the side. But if I feel like I'm just getting played like the funky piano, I'm going to have to make a move. I'm going to take this trip. I'm going to make 40 podcasts, audio and video, upload it. I'm going to build 3 courses that people can get right away, put in an effort one time, and get paid for it for years. My 6-language intro, I still make money off of that. And I did that in 2002 or something like that. I was selling that in St. Louis, Chicago, and California, and many places in between. A little CD. I used to sell it for $5, $10, and at one point for $25 because people appreciated the information on it. Learn the basics of Spanish, French, Swahili, Arabic, Chinese, and Korean on one little CD. And it's just basic phrases. And I put hip hop in between each one. You'll hear 3 songs in all of those different languages. And it's always hip hop, nice, upbeat, something you can ride to. It made you keep listening to the lessons in it. Annyeonghaseyo. You learn a little Korean up in there. Only thing I didn't have on it was Japanese because it just wouldn't fit. It was supposed to be the 7-language intro because I speak a little bit more Japanese than Chinese and Korean. But that CD was my number one selling thing because I was not afraid to do it. What's stopping you right now from whatever it is? If you know how to sew, if you know anything about health, you know anything about accounting, you know anything about frugality, how to save money, clip coupons, anything. How come you can't put that on the CD and just talk into it and record yourself and sell it? How come you can't do a free podcast where you sit your ass down every single day and just talk into a microphone? Right now I'm talking into a phone. You can't do that? How come you can't? I don't get it. How come you can't do that? How come you won't do that? Because you're trained like a slave that the only thing you can do is go get a job. And if you want to accent your life, you just got to get a better job. If you don't get promoted, you just won't have that life, I guess. If you don't get that dream job, I guess you just won't have that. But most of you are not going to get that dream job because number one, you out of shape. The way you talk to people, you talk like a slave. And I'm talking about white folks, black folks, so-called Hispanics, you Mexican, Puerto Rican, from the Dominican Republic, you coming straight from Africa. If you talk with your head down, nobody wants you to get paid more because you are a slave. Coming from the word Slavic. You are a slave. You don't have to pay slaves anything. They should be grateful for what they get. I was just wondering, I've been working here for 20 years and, I need this, my child is going to college and I just need a little bit more. Just seeing, I saw that so-and-so got a raise. I was just wondering if I can get a raise. Well, let me tell you, I'm looking at the number. We just don't have it in the numbers. So-and-so got paid. They just got out of school and, they're coming with another skill set that you just don't have yet. And we're going to keep looking at you. You are a great worker. You've never been late. You're always here on time. You never missed a day. We're very gracious for you. Having you here. We'll keep looking at you though. Your name is in the pile. But everyone else is getting that money. And you don't know why. Number one, you can keep believing the okie doke if you want. If you're out of shape, like I am right now, but I'm not grotesquely out of shape. You don't keep yourself up well. If you don't look like you're the type that can walk up to someone and talk to them right in their eyes and demand something, and you can do that graciously. You can do that without having a stank attitude, but something about you has to be strong. And I'm talking about men and women. You can't be a fat slob in this world and talk about being happy. Because you're basically showing people that you're not happy. And you're not strong. You're not willing. Now, we all can let ourselves go, but are you the type of person who, when they see that you've let yourself go, then you say, you know what, I need to do something. I heard of this guy saying, hey, tell me more about that raw living. It's going to be hard for me because I'm used to eating this way, but you know what? I will benefit from that. Tell me more about it. I know it's hard. To tell me some shortcuts or something where I can eat that. It looks like it's nasty because I'm not used to eating vegetables, but what can I do? You say you can make a smoothie and it tastes great, and I can still get those vegetables up in me. I'm interested. But see, that vibration I can work with. The one I refuse to work with, and I do not let them be around me, is the one saying, I can't eat that. I gotta have something hot. Well, your ass gonna have to keep getting up under that knife then for surgery. Now I know this particular podcast is all about still I hate my job, but the reason why I put so much in a podcast, in a video, in a course is because most people do not get the appropriate results because they do not have enough information to help them change the subconscious. I'm giving you many scenarios about real situations in real life, even things I may go through. I love it when I make a change in life. I love it when it's scary. I like going straight to the storm. Because you know what? It feels good for me when I'm leaving losers behind who say they want to stop and do something different, but they're too chicken-hearted to do anything about it. Oh, my husband just beats my ass all the time. Like, what? Oh, I just hate when my children see that. What? You still there? I gotta get. I can't go nowhere. I need that income that he's bringing in. You that damn chicken-hearted that you will allow yourself to get beat down, which is teaching your children, if they're the men, the little boys, teaching them it's okay to beat up on women. And you're teaching little girls it's okay to let a man whoop the crap out of you. And you're trying to tell me, here's that excuse, because you instead of saying I'm just chicken-hearted, I need that, that extra income I won't be able to do. Shut up. You need to shut up there. You're getting what you want. You're getting what you want. You're a prostitute. Even though you're married to this person, a lot of times they're nice, the baby daddy. Or it ain't even the baby daddy, it's just the dude they messing with. He whooping your butt every single day. But you're too chicken-hearted, chicken-shitted. You can't do anything. You're wrought with fear. You do not have it in you to make that change. I don't give a damn about what you've gone through in life. And this is for your men and you women, the so-called men and so-called women. I really don't give a damn what you've gone through in your life. Don't give me no sad story, because every sad story you can give me, there's someone who's gone through a whole lot worse than you. And they've done way more than you. People that are the most successful, they have failed in everything way more than you have before they succeeded. It's just something about them, and I'm one of those people. There's something about us that we just don't give a shit. You know why? We can care less about some scrub that we work with that's saying, oh, that's not going to work. We don't care about them. We don't care about some so-called manager or boss that says, that will never make, you need to just come to work on time. We don't care. We see they don't even like their job. They barely make a little bit more than us. They make a little bit more crumbs than we do. I'm not impressed by that. I'm impressed by people who are doing things that I want to do first. Why would I be impressed by somebody doing something I don't even like to do? And they say it for themselves. They don't like to do it, but they got to do it. How you doing, lady? They're saying, down here, everybody waves. You know what I'm saying? This ain't like St. Louis and different parts of Chicago. If I'm just looking in a person's direction, they're going to wave. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm sitting in the car recording. But I'm not impressed by those people. And yes, I'm going to have to say it. Even if you're a family member, if you don't like what you're doing in life, you don't like where you live, you can't tell me anything. I'm not impressed by you saying, well, you got to do this. What if this doesn't work? Your fear means nothing to me. It means nothing to me. But yeah, let me go ahead and conclude for this. It's been about 30 minutes. I don't want to just leave you with a rant. I'm here just to remind you, if you are in a situation, a job situation, a relationship situation that is not beneficial to your health, to your longevity, and most definitely to your children, it's time to make that move. Now, I'm telling you to make that move smartly. with wisdom. Be prudent about it. Study and come up with an exit plan, an escape plan. You don't have to put yourself out there on the street. Now, if you're getting your butt whooped and you like the guy's about to kill you, run right now. Get you and your children, get up and say, I'm going to work. I'm going to take the children to school, and you guys better run. Fill up that gas tank and get up out of there. Go to the police, get restraining order, get everything you need to do. And if you get, I can say more, but I don't want it to be put against me. But if you got to get a hitman, I don't know what you got to do. Now, I'm not saying, you just cheating on your husband and you're going to be with the next guy. I'm not talking about that type of silly stuff. But if you got somebody just coming out to kill you if you leave, do I really have to tell you what you need to do? If you have a job that's killing you physically, do I really need to tell you what you need to do? For real? But for those who are serious and just really, I need help. I need to know. Keep listening to my show. Ask me plenty questions, and I will make a podcast about it. This one is for those that know you need to be doing something different. You know you're on that job. You don't need to be there. You know you have something better to give the world. Get your butt up and do something different. Listen to this podcast, and you're going to see I'm going to keep giving you many examples of how people like myself and people way before me who are even more successful, how they did it. They worked a lot of the same jobs you had. They have a lot of the same excuses you have right now. They had to give it up. They were afraid. They didn't want to be that one taking income out of the house. They didn't know how they were going to survive. But you know what they did? They studied other people before them who did it. And it worked. Once again, this whole podcast, this series right here, the thing that's different about a lot of the other ones I used to do, this one you're getting a chance to see me start over from scratch and watch me make no less than $100,000 in a year. No less than that. I'm aiming for at least $150,000. I'm starting at, I told you I was just starting at $10 an hour. And I spent that whole last check. That's gone. I'm starting at zero. And a lot of you guys at least working a $50,000 a year job already. Or you might be making that $100,000, but you want to do something different. Follow me, and I'm going to show you how to do this thing right. This has been Lorenzo McCoy. Peace. Checking out another podcast. Share with your friends. And yeah, if there's anything you like, leave me some comments. Anything you don't like, leave me some comments. And share. Tell everybody about it. Also, you can hit me up through my email, Lorenzo McCoy, LORENZOMCCOY 360 at yahoo.com. Hit me up on my Facebook page, Lorenzo McCoy, or El Dragon 13, Larry B. McCoy Jr. You'll find me either one of those ways. Hit me up. Keep coming through. See you soon.